Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Louis Lee. It seems every millennia the Chinese do something to shock the world. 2,000 years ago, it's believed the Chinese invented fireworks by dropping bamboo pieces into a fire, causing them to explode. 1,000 years ago, the Chinese invented gunpowder. Now, the Chinese have another big boom up their sleeves as the core stage of a Long March 5B rocket booster is expected to slam into the Earth in about 30 minutes. At 23 tons, it'll be the largest man-made object to fall to Earth in an uncontrolled descent. Elon Musk, founder of SpaceX, and set to host Saturday Night Live at about the same time the rocket is expected to enter the atmosphere, was understood to say, quote, "If the cheap sons of bitches had paid me to build them a rocket that could land itself, we wouldn't all be practicing our Chicken Little imitations right now," end quote. That's the news. Let's start the show. Oh, I got the good rim shot this time.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually pulling that up right now. 30 minutes or 26 minutes would put it somewhere from in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, great.
Hey, somebody said if there's any justice in the world, it'll land in Florida.
No, it's going to land in the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to hit a damn oil rig and prices are going to go up.
Yeah.
Watch it land on the SpaceX facility in Boca Chica.
That would not be nice.
No, it's one orbit off. The next orbit would.
Watch it land in Cuba.
Well, considering that they were saying that it was going to land in the North Atlantic, they missed it by a few thousand miles.
Well, it's tumbling. We don't know how it's going to, do anything.
I'm going to do this right here.
Yeah, do that right here.
Give me just a second. I'm going to actually pull that up.
Be careful now.
For you, I will give several seconds.
I'm not sharing audio.
Okay.
Let me get that up full screen because there's some guy giving commentary. So I've got him muted. But as it's showing 25 minutes, that's somewhere between the Panama Canal and
it's
right over
straight for
Tampa.
Canaveral, actually.
Right over Tampa. Can it please take out the Buccaneer Stadium?
now that Tom Brady plays for him?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our plan. 25 minutes is Alexa. Alexa's unplugged. Damn it. Set your Alexa for a 23-minute timer, Lewis.
Alexa, 23-minute timer, please.
23 minutes.
Joe, why is your Alexa unplugged?
Because
he knows that you do stupid shit like tell his Alexa to do nasty things.
He always has headphones on. His Alexa can hear me.
The new computer, I used to keep my Alexa plugged into my computer, but when Alexa queues up, it pops my power supply on my new computer. I've got to get with my builder to see what's going on. And let's throw the hellos out to Carleen.
Hello.
Brian K. Morris, who's saying
troublemaker with the fez.
And the other troublemaker, Carl Witzman.
He's a bigger troublemaker.
Oh, yeah.
With the stogie. The fogey with the stogie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. From Muskogee, yeah.
Let's get some of the
from Muskogee, yeah. The fogey with the stogie from Muskogee.
Let's get some of the bad news out of the way real quick.
What?
Tawny Katea.
Yeah, she passed away at 59, man.
She's only 4 years older than me. I mean, if I were just going into high school, she'd be a senior, and that's like having someone in your senior class die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Happens all the time.
Well, you heard what happened to Carl, didn't you?
No.
Carl went to some movie or whatever, and the lady said, "Can I see your ticket, please?" And he flaps open his trench coat and flashes her. And the lady, without missing a beat, says, "I just said I needed your ticket, not the stub."
Okay, where's the rim shot?
I'm not.
Give,
That
give
one doesn't
yourself
deserve
the
a
monkey rim shot.
That one just deserves to be slowly dissolved in acid. Oh, it's just let it fade away and.
Oh. Carl goes, Well, it was Donna that said it. I know. I'm mean, I'm cruel, and I'm picking on people. Why not?
Mm.
After the night I've had, I got to let it out on somebody.
You too, huh?
Yeah.
I just had to redo the entire 7th song from the 9th album. Because for some reason tonight, what shows up in the mixing board headphones is not what comes out of the speakers when it goes to Bandcamp.
That's not good.
No, the volume is really messed up. So I had to crank everything down and pray that it doesn't sound like mud.
I'd got in trouble for picking the wrong cereal at the grocery store.
Were you paying for it?
Yep.
Then it was the right cereal.
Well, he's paying for it
The
again
golden
now.
rule. It's the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rule.
And she was standing right there and says, "Okay, that'll work." So I put it in the buggy. We walk away and she starts throwing a pissy fit. And I said, "What's wrong?" She says, "That's not the cereal I wanted."
You said it was okay.
Yeah.
Well, go get the cereal you wanted. We'll get both.
That's what I said. Then she threw her pissy fit. So I threw my cereal back into the shelf and said, "Pick what you want." She says, "Okay." And she pulled out the one that I got.
Another death this week. Frank McRae.
Who is that?
He's a character actor. He's always got like the secondary role in the thing. He played Sharky in a James Bond movie with Tim. Oh, why can I not remember his name? That other James Bond, and then
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton. Thank you. And then he's been in what was it? I'm sitting here actually looking at him on IMDb. He has been basically a secondary character on just basically everything you watched as a kid. And not.
I love the StreamYard delay. Brian Morris said Timothy Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
Well, put up a picture, John.
Oh, let me see if I can find a good one.
So we can all grieve.
Well, if I throw up his picture, you'll recognize him in a heartbeat. I'm just trying to find a good picture. Let me see.
This is riveting television.
Is it now?
Yeah, I feel like I've been riveted into place already.
While we're waiting, you got the aurora behind you there. I don't know if that's aurora borealis or australis, but we were supposed to see an aurora in the eastern sky tonight, a little after 8:00. I didn't see jack.
It was too cloudy here, and then my
It
wife
was
said,
clear as a bell here. We should have been able to see it, but yeah.
I wonder if we'll see the satellite burn in.
No, you'll have to be looking southwest for that one.
Yeah,
I don't know. That
depends on how it burns in, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now, I have actually seen space junk fly in.
Okay, explain.
That guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
one of those characters.
Last Action Hero.
Everything.
Yeah.
And
he played. As a matter of fact, I think that might be. No, that's not from Last Action Hero. But he played the police captain
Yes,
that chewed
and also he played the
Schwarzenegger out.
he played the exact same role in Loaded Weapon 1 with
Yeah,
Emilio
well, that
Estevez
was the
and
joke.
Jack. Yeah,
That was the inside joke. He was parodying himself.
He was in James Bond. He played Sharky. If you remember, also he was one of the tank crewmen with Dan Aykroyd in 1941.
I didn't see enough of that movie. I'm sorry.
No, he had the great line. The one guy was sitting there, and something happened, and the manifold for the exhaust broke. And this guy, one of the white guys on board the tank, got a face full of carbon from the manifold.
Yeah.
And it's covered his whole face in black. And that guy looks at him, starts laughing, and goes, "Hey, get in the back of the tank." It was just one of those great lines, you know.
I'm just checking the map right now, and
Okay, well, bring the map up. I'll take down Frank when we're ready. Goodbye, Frank. We love
it's looking like Florida may actually be a target.
$5 on Disneyland. No,
No, they've got insurance.
No, they'll just dress it up and put it next to the Millennium Falcon. Charge people to walk around it.
I'm going to tell you,
$10, not too buku.
Hey, now I was living in Orlando. I was going to Redbug Elementary School when I was a kid. They had a Cessna crash into the air conditioner right outside the school. The pilot had a heart attack, crashed right into the darn air conditioners. They evacuated the school. I was like, I was in third grade. You know, I was like 8 years old when this happened. Wow. You see the tail of the airplane sticking up out of there. You know, they had those big water condenser air conditioners outside.
Yeah.
That are like a 2-story house. And you see the tail of a Cessna sticking up out of it. You know.
It's probably a watershed.
I'm sorry. In Florida, the air conditioner goes out. School's called. That's like a snow day. That's the equivalent of a snow
opposite of a snow day. Yeah.
No, but it's the equivalent of a snow day.
15 minutes. I mean, Tampa, Orlando, Kennedy Space Center are in target range.
What you want to bet the Chinese actually targeted this thing somehow, and it's headed straight for Cape Canaveral?
Oh man!
Can you zoom in on that anymore? Like on Florida? Will it let you do that?
No.
Well,
wait. Let me see if I can find some. Let me see if I can find some traffic.
Statflare.com.
Oh, I'm going to see if I can find some Florida traffic cameras real quick here.
Man, I had some of that leftover sesame chicken, and I got a seed that I can't get out. But anyway. But it was
so good. You know, get you a Swiss Army knife with a little toothpick in it. Best toothpick on the planet.
It's about the only thing this thing doesn't have is a toothpick.
Oh,
it's got a Texas toothpick.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you could do with one of them.
Yeah, like remove a tooth or lacerate a lip.
Transplant a kidney.
Oh,
tracheotomy.
I can't find any decent traffic cameras in Florida.
That's surprising. Oh well, they've had to take the ticket-taking ones away. For doorbell cameras.
Me and my brother were talking about that. They used to have this polarized film. I couldn't find a good traffic camera. They used to have this polarized film. You could put it over your laptop screen. And if you're like on an airplane or something like that,
yeah, you have to be
left and right
directly in front of it to see it.
Couldn't see your laptop screen, so it kept your information private. And the reason they got rid of that stuff is people were putting it over their license plates. So the traffic cameras on the side of the road couldn't get a picture of your license plates.
Wow.
What was blocking? What were they using?
Polarizing film.
Polarized
Okay.
film.
Oh,
You put it over your laptop screen, and you literally have to be it cuts the angle down to like this. If you move your head over here, you couldn't see your laptop screen. So you had to
DMV
be
has
right
it on all their computer screens.
And they were selling it big time. I mean, you saw it everywhere for a while, and then when people figured out you could put it over your license plate, drive right past a traffic camera, and do this, and they couldn't get your license plate number,
And get enough of it to coat all your interior windows so nobody can see in.
But you can buy rolls of the film still. It's just they don't advertise it anymore. They want it for professional stuff. Figured.
well, it looks like it's going to miss Florida.
Damn.
Oh, that's good news.
Which direction?
On the Atlantic side.
I don't know. It's still aiming for Cape Canaveral. Orlando might be out though.
Well, 11 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be out near Bermuda by then.
Yeah, it'll be under. Yeah.
Well, that's estimated deorbit. We don't know how it's tumbling right now. So, if that thing breaks up into 1,000 pieces, it could be spreading debris all the way from Fort Myers all the way out to the Azores.
Yeah. No, but I was talking about that. I saw a satellite deorbit just after my back surgery. My daughter was
You got
smoking.
hit back by a satellite?
She was smoking out on the front porch. So I went out to talk to her, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting there looking. And I said, "Ooh, shooting star." And then it just kept breaking up and all that. And I said, "That's not a shooting star." She goes, "What is that? What is it?" And I said, "That's space junk."
Damn, Joe, what was she smoking, man?
What do you mean she?
You had a contact buzz.
Yeah. Hello, Willow.
Hey, Willow.
I just did that. Okay.
And Carlene says has family in Orlando. Rather they not get hit. We hope so too.
Yes, but if it lands in your yard, you can sue China for several $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it has
But you have to give the UN a cut.
And it has crossed off
It's cleared Florida. Damn it.
Yeah, cleared Florida.
I'm sorry, Carly.
Yeah, but look where, if it would make one more orbit, look where it's going.
The Chinese are going to lose it in the Bermuda Triangle.
It's about to leave that too.
Yeah, but look, if you look on the map, that where the red line ends behind it,
Texas.
if it makes one,
Dallas, it's headed for Dallas
No, that's too far.
in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
No, the end of that red line is very close to Dallas.
Yeah.
Isn't that too far south to be Dallas? I might be wrong, but
Well, I said very close. I didn't say it was dead on. It's also
it's going for Houston.
And now it's off the coast of North Carolina.
Actually, the end of the red line is damn near at Dallas now.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, though, now you got to remember, though, this is estimated. Okay. Which means if it's tumbling, it may have already landed in the ocean. They just haven't seen it yet. This is not a radar image.
All right. We'll pull that back up once the line, once the alarm goes off, which is in about 4 minutes. And Lewis is excited. I would like to watch the Elon on Saturday Night Live myself. And poor Elon, I sure hope he's learned how to run a script, because the poor guy cannot talk without a script. Have you ever noticed that, Lewis?
He's got enough money; he doesn't need to. But
Yeah.
No, there's that one that Joe posted on Stupid Clock about him and his brother are being interviewed.
Yeah.
And his brother just shut him down. He's just sitting over there in the corner like, yeah, Yeah.
Hello, Facebook user. We don't know who you are, but if you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and grant them
That's
permission,
Stephanie Osborne.
that's Stephanie.
Hey, yeah. She's on the same Facebook thing I'm on, so I just clicked over and there's her name. Hey.
Hey, Stephanie, if you want to jump in with us, we're bored, and
We'll send you the link.
yeah, we'll shoot you the link.
And it seems to be all about space tonight,
Yep.
which is
Hey.
fine with me.
At least Stephanie didn't get hit with a Chinese booster. Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Hey.
I'm gonna tell you at the rate it's going, it may hit Portugal.
Oh, please no. Jana Oliver lives there now.
The Vatican.
She had her second rabies shot. She calls it the coof shot. I call it the rabies shot. Anything to keep from getting the Facebook warning.
Mm. Well, yesterday was my 2 weeks after the second one, so yeah.
Oh, you're good to go.
Yep. And I've noticed the local businesses have taken down the plexiglass shields, and
Really?
I got dirty looks for wearing a mask, and
Next time somebody gives you a dirty look for a mask, go.
Yeah,
Did
so
they
this
get
is
you
for
kicked
your
out of
protection,
Walmart?
asshole.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephanie, I sent the link to your Facebook Messenger.
She said no, she's not feeling good.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
What makes you think any of us feel good?
I feel fine.
Come over here and join in on the misery.
I mean, a little old, but I feel fine.
Hey, I woke up this morning. I'm good.
Don't give me lines like that when I've already written one song today.
Hey, no offense. If I wake up every morning, I can handle everything after that. So,
Well, good luck, Willow. It doesn't hurt, and usually the side effects are minimal. Usually.
I
Some
am
people do have problems.
seriously considering going to get my shot Monday.
Really? Congratulations.
I've been thinking about it all week. I just gotta actually quit doing stuff around the house and go do it.
Yeah. Well, all I'm gonna say is just prepare to feel like you lost a game of punch buggy with Mike Tyson.
I was in the military. Do you have any idea how many
Really?
needles I have had in my arm?
From the military or from,
Whichever. Basic training, they tell you about this and you don't, it sounds like military myth, but they have that line you have to walk through, and they've got a guy on either side giving you you're getting them in both arms as you walk down the line.
Yeah, and I went through boot in 77, and it was the pneumatic ones.
That's what I was about to say. We had the pneumatic ones. Now, this was in 85.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the AIDS epidemic. Okay. They're giving us those shots with those pneumatic things. And then literally 3 months after I got those shots, I was out of basic training. I was already in Berlin. What's the first news story I hear when I get to Berlin? The Army's going to quit using those because they've been shown to spread AIDS and other bloodborne illnesses.
Yep.
Thanks, Army.
After you've already.
Yeah, well, yeah. I had a little bit of soreness. Joe had a bad time with bleeding on the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was, I was telling you about those pneumatic
bleeding.
Oh, yeah. I had a spot like that in the bed of blood.
I didn't even have a
on
drop of
blood
blood on the
thinners,
Band-Aid
and I
either
had one
time.
drop.
No, the pneumatic things they gave you?
Yeah.
Most of those just went in nice and neat. There's one they gave me on this side. I can't remember what it was. But apparently he twitched when he fired and cut my arm with the pneumatics.
Mm.
Yeah. And that one bled. I had to get a new T-shirt after that. So.
Well, they
My
have a little,
T-shirt didn't.
Did you get a
My
purple
T-shirt
heart?
didn't pass inspection.
Did you get a purple heart?
Not yet.
Put in for it.
No offense, but the Purple Heart is actually the one medal I did not want to get.
True.
That's the one you're trying to avoid getting. Keep your head down. Keep your powder dry.
I used to tell everyone in Platoon, anybody ever shoots at us, everybody dump a magazine on them. Even if you can't see them, just throw a magazine in that direction. And hey, there was this great Army manual, and I wish I still had a copy of it, from Vietnam. And it was lessons learned in Vietnam. And to give you an idea, the weapon they showed in the magazine, or in the TM, was an M14.
So that was even before the 16A1s.
And the one thing I remember from that, about everything else they wrote, the one piece of advice they had in that I remember is, ammunition doesn't do you any good in your ammunition pouch. I'm like, hey, no problem. I can pull a trigger.
Alexa, stop. Okay.
He has changed it up. He's not doing. He's showing Sri Lanka right now, so I don't know.
Sri Lanka?
It's nowhere near the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, yeah, it is. It's actually on the coast, but
I got the seed.
I thought that was in the Indian Ocean.
It is.
Okay.
I'm chasing stuff.
oh, China finally admits that remnants of their Long March 5B is going to re-enter Earth's atmosphere.
Like any minute now.
China rocket updates, debris hurtling toward Earth at 18,000 miles an hour. That's a lie. Once it hits the atmosphere, it doesn't do nearly that fast.
From what they're saying, it's looking Al Jazeera, which is crazy.
Oh, really? No, that's actually a good news agency.
Yeah, I trust Al Jazeera more than some.
CNN, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Both.
Longitude of 72.47 east, 2.65 north. Placing it close to the Maldives in the Indian Ocean.
Do you have a cat back behind you?
Oh, I've got a really good deal. $4.99 for a week at the Maldives. I just can't afford the airfare. They're starting out with Miley Cyrus singing.
Starting out
Sort
with
of Elon screwed them.
Saturday Night Live. Elon Musk is on Saturday Night Live with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, she's the musical guest, but she's starting out by singing.
I can't find my fancy remote, so I can't even turn my TV on to see where it is, what they're doing.
See, I'm going to bring up where did I put Al Jazeera? Damn it.
Purgatory?
No, I like Al Jazeera. They're one of the better news agencies.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, there is video.
Video of what?
Of it incoming.
Really?
Well, show it. Post it.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Pretty.
Booster appears to have deorbited over the Maldives in the Indian Ocean.
It made it that far. Boy, his radar track was his proposed track was way off then.
Yeah, it was tracking well after it came down.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to see if I can find a better.
Probably not. That's like that's where that 737 disappeared or whatever.
Yeah.
In that general area, yeah. Whee!
Ooh, that's pretty.
What?
Oh, that picture.
We done got all educational tonight.
Yeah, really. You said Sri Lanka, and for some reason I was thinking Senegal.
Mm. The only reason I know where it is because I know that used to be Ceylon, and that's where Arthur
T
C.
came
Clarke
from.
retired to.
China has a bunch of fishing ships that are poaching on this one fishing area down in that neck of the woods. Wouldn't it be ironic if their satellite took out a bunch of the ships in their fishing fleet?
Oh,
Put a whole new spin on catch and release, wouldn't it?
yep. I am looking for.
That looks like an explosion right there. You saw that big chunk coming in, all of a sudden there was a bright flash and a lot of little chunks.
Oh, yeah, it's. Yes, a lot of that's going to make it to the ground.
Well, water anyway.
Well, at least they got it on the ground.
It's still dark there. That's lucky for them.
Yeah.
It almost made it to the Terminator.
But it is down. Thank you for the big heart, Bill Sartain. We appreciate it. He says good evening to all of us.
Hey, Bill.
So that is done.
Oh, wait. Okay. I got a new question. Okay, throw up a little scholars thing there.
Willow Scholar, yes.
All right. When I first joined the military, they still had the dark brown bags of MRE. Okay. And there were three things everybody wanted out of those MREs. The Frankfurters, which was like Vienna sausage kind of things, only bigger. The dehydrated strawberries and the dehydrated peaches. Now, the one I liked the best was the ham slice. Because if you get a couple pieces of bread, and they used to have MRE bread, it's pretty cool. It's just enough to make a sandwich. If you get a couple pieces of bread, the ham slice was a really good chunk of ham. Okay. Then they changed the menus and went to the desert tan MRE packages and supposedly improved them. What were some of the ones I liked? I liked the corned beef and hash was pretty good. And that was one of the more breakfast menu type things. They had they had some sort of beef in gravy with green peppers and onions. It was pretty good. I had beef slices or something like that. Beef slices and gravy, I think it's called. That one was pretty good. And then later on, strangely enough, the one I liked the best were the burritos. They had bean burritos that were real soggy, so they were actually more like tamales. But you also had the bottled Tabasco sauce. I had a Hispanic. He was one of our observer controllers out at NTC. We were sitting there getting the after-action briefing. While we were doing the after-action briefing, we've been working all day, so we decided during the after-action briefing we were going to eat during the after-action briefing, which technically you're not supposed to. We're going to do it anyway. I opened up that thing of burritos, opened it up, took that entire bottle of Tabasco sauce, and dumped it in the burrito package. Now, this guy's Hispanic. Okay. He's watching me do this like, oh my God, are you going to eat that? And that was another one of my favorites.
I like the spaghetti best.
And I didn't like the meat in it. The spaghetti was a little mushy. And there were some of them, depends on where you're at, really, too. Some of them do better in cold weather, some of them do better in hot weather. So, that was the other thing. When they first came out, one of the stabilizers that they put in MREs was carnauba wax. That's right. The same thing goes into turtle wax with a stabilizer.
So you definitely can't eat it cold. It has to be hot.
Yeah, there's just
the perfect temperature. The perfect temperature for an MRE is the operating temperature of a radiator in a Humvee.
Yes.
You just set,
they were actually talking about that.
The entree packet right on top of the radiator. Perfect temperature every time.
Yes. That I had a Coleman stove, a little gas stove that I would boil a pot of water. I had a number 10 can, and I would boil a pot of water, and you could get 5 MRE entrees in that one pack. That was pretty cool. But they were actually talking about putting an MRE heater in Humvees that ran off the radiator. Yeah, and they actually tried them out and experimented with them, and I was like, I cannot wait to get one of those, and then they canceled it because it was adding too much. Well, they came out with the water heaters that you add the water to the magnesium and it heats up the MRE in the package. Those are pretty cool. Well, no, they're pretty cool if you're in a cold environment. If you're in a hot environment, so. But interesting thing though is you can heat if you take 2 of those and tie it around a canteen cup full of water and then activate them. It'll heat your canteen cup up to make a decent cup of coffee.
Okay.
Makes a mess, but you got to be careful not to get that crap in your coffee. But yeah. No, Carl, you can keep your tinfoil cap on because it looks good and covers your bald spot.
You two keep talking. We're listening to Elon.
Yeah, Elon's on.
Oh, what's he doing? They launched a rocket. Oh, how many of the SNL cast members aren't there because they don't like him for one reason or another?
There's so many who can tell.
There's a lot of people say yes, they're doing their political activism thing because they don't like Elon Musk policies or something like that. But they're supposed to be professional actors, so like take away their SAG card. There you go. Well, just so you know, I have not had an actual MRE since 2008. Okay. I was in the National Guard the last few years, and they didn't actually have MREs. They used something called a totem, tailored operational training meal. It's an MRE light. MREs have somewhere between 1,800 and 2,400 calories. Totems had somewhere between 16 and 20. So let's count. Basically, they got rid of all the candy. There's a lot of controversy about some of the stuff Elon does. I mean, don't believe me? Ask China. But just like when the pandemic broke out in California and California told everybody to start shutting down their productions, Elon's like, and things like that. General Mills space food sticks now.
Ooh, I haven't thought about those in years.
Costco has one of those they have a 5-gallon bucket that's like got 30 days worth of survival food in it.
Hmm.
I've
I think
actually
Damn, that was cold, wasn't it, Lewis? The OJ joke? He's not even listening to us. Okay, bye. We'll be back.
Cheaper Than Dirt catalog online used to carry those buckets, and it'd go up to like a 5-gallon bucket full of dehydrated food of various kinds. They weren't MREs, but they were survivalists.
Dehydrated entrees and stuff.
Yeah, and they were at one time fairly reasonably priced for what came with it. I mean, it was.
I've been tempted to get one just to try it out, but like I said, it's a 30-day food supply. That's a lot of trying out.
So I would do it, except that someone I care about has had a bad history with someone being on the cheap and buying MREs from Army surplus stores rather than buying groceries. So that's definitely one of those things that I don't want to bring up any bad memories of. Yeah, Bill, the peanut butter ones were really, really good. I remember those.
Hey, Lewis, how
Okay,
you doing?
so Elon's mom came on at the end, and she had the best joke of the night.
Oh,
Yeah, she said she couldn't wait to get her Mother's Day gift. She just hope it's not Dogecoin. Yeah, he said, Mom, do you remember when I wrote my first computer game? And I think he said 11 years old or something like that. She says, yes, they paid you $500 and you were too young to open a bank account. So I had to open an account for you. He says, well, whatever happened to that money? That's not important. She says, first you were playing Space Invaders and now we've made it a reality.
no kidding.
Oh, and I love how he pronounces his kid's name.
Yeah, cat running across keyboard.
Okay.
I said his mom had the best joke of the night when she said, I can't wait to see my Mother's Day gift. I hope it's just not Dogecoin.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, back to the show. I'm fully engaged now.
Yeah.
Let's hope your wife doesn't find out.
Poor Elon. He's a great guy. He's a super genius. He has the personality of a brick.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Did you ever see the radio show where he was sitting there smoking dope on a radio show?
Hey, he talked about that.
That was actually one of his better interviews, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's finally chilled out.
Yeah.
And that and the one where he was driving the Tesla truck and drove it down to where they're doing the underground train system that he's building. The boring
company?
Yeah, the boring company. And he was actually pretty, because he loved the idea of driving his little Tesla truck into the boring machine and putting it onto the thing or whatever.
Yeah, he goes, this is the first time we've ever done this. He goes, I hope it fits.
Okay, what is that scene behind you from, John?
Silent Running. With
What?
Bruce Stern.
Yeah. Silent Running with Bruce Stern.
Okay.
Special effects.
And those are the two drones. Drone 1 and Drone 2 or 3.
Okay, well, I'm
Huey,
sorry,
Dewey, and Louie.
The wardrobe department should be fired.
Why is that?
Because the flag is backwards.
No. Back then, if you look closely, it's not actually a real American flag. It has like 54 states on it. But it supposedly takes place in the future.
Still. It's if it's worn on a uniform, it's supposed to have the stars forward as if it's being flown by the wearer.
I understand that, but in space, a flag does not fly anywhere.
And in Hollywood, they can't follow
Uniform regs
uniform
still
rules.
require it.
Of course, his
If it's
uniform
a
was made
U.S.
by American.
uniform,
His uniform was
usually
made by
US
American
flag.
Airlines, so that'll tell you something right there. Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Only one of them survived, and
Drone
it
one.
wasn't Bruce Dern.
No. Bruce Dern and went down with Huey, I think it was, or Louie, I can't remember which one. And then one of them was lost when they were passing through Saturn's rings. It got caught up in the gravity and
Drone number 3, keep moving. Boom.
And all they found was his foot.
And Willow has jumped sides and says, well, where did she go? Well, where did her comment go? She said she jumped. Oh, there it is. Jump sides said the conversation may be better here. Okay. But Ryan Parmisson asked us the big question. What is everybody's favorite Star Wars memory? When he said, I got a bad feeling about this.
When the first one actually came on and they opened the curtains on the screen after I'd stood in line for a couple of hours to see the first ever, and we thought at the time the only ever Star Wars movie.
And sequels weren't really a big thing back then either, were they?
Nope. Not at all. Not at all. And a friend of mine who later became a roommate for a couple of years took his it wasn't a Polaroid, it was a little Kodak camera. Took the camera into the theater, saw the movie dozens of times, taking pictures of the screen so that he could build models accurately.
Oh, yeah. Of course, Bill Sartain says, didn't Judy Collins sing the theme song for Silent Running?
No, Joan Baez.
Morning After was the title of it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Heck, now I got to look it up. See what you made me do.
Yeah. And Carl Witzman says their own tablets tonight. And Brian K. Morris says, I've got tablets. Ibuprofen counts, right? I prefer Tylenol or acetaminophen if you buy it from Walmart.
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. The soundtrack for Silent Running was written by Diane Lampert. Music by Peter Schenkel. Was performed by Joan Baez.
Yeah.
And there were two of them.
And the song was
Silent Running. There were two. Silent Running and Rejoice in the Sun.
Huh. Okay.
And
Carl
the guy's
Whitman
name is pronounced Peter Schickley, and he is somebody that could give Weird Al a run for his money for comedy music.
And Brian K. Morris says, is he right? Yeah. And Jerome Connor says sequels did happen. Look at Godfather 2 and Rome, Russia.
From Russia.
Yeah, but Godfather 2 and From Russia with Love. Yeah, that was just a series. That wasn't really a sequel.
Yeah.
Now, Godfather 2, that didn't come out until the 80s, didn't it? So.
And Peter Schickel's also PDQ Bach.
Yes, that is the comedy stuff that I'm talking about. One of his best albums is titled Bob and Carol. No, wait, Hansel and Gretel and Ted and Alice.
Oh, and my favorite Star Wars movie from the original A New Hope. They didn't even call it A New Hope back then. It was just Star Wars. But when Han shot Guido.
Yep.
And yes, he shot first.
Definitely.
Well, he was absolutely justified.
In the right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, was it you that saw Harrison Ford in Gunsmoke?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was a gambler, and somebody was pulling
shot first then too.
And he shot first then. They're just following the thing.
He's no dumbass.
Habits are hard to break. I mean, seriously.
And Jerome Connor says Godfather 2 was released in 1974. Okay. Well, maybe sequels were not as big a thing back then. And
The windbreaker, yes. And after he unveiled the windbreaker, he released the slide windbreaker. I've actually seen PDQ Bach in concert live in a small theater at University of Georgia. It was really impressive. It was really impressive. The folks did a wonderful job, even though it was decades after the first albums that I ever heard of his came out. So.
oh, I think I talked about this in the green. Carl, I did show up at the green room last night. Bill and Dan can attest. I showed up. Of course, it was almost 1:00 in the morning, but I showed up. One of my favorite YouTube things is Watch JR Go, and he just bought this warehouse to shoot his car videos in and fix cars and all that. I told, I saw one of his videos and I said I was going to volunteer as tribute for cameraman. But as much as you guys like Taco Bell, I don't think you got enough exhaust fans in that building for me and Taco Bell. And my wife agrees with this. He laughed. And see, Bill says, "Yep, I was there." And Carl says, "I was in bed for hours by then." Oh. Oh. All right, everybody got quiet.
Oh, I'm looking up silent running pictures. I was going to try and throw up another picture. But.
Well, Brian K. Morris and Ryan Permisson gave us the big thumbs up, so we appreciate that. Oh. Well, we were all excited. I mean, the rocket crashing into Florida, fizzled out, so that killed most of the fun for the night.
Because I was really hoping to see the headline "Florida man hit by satellite," or Florida man hit by Chinese rocket.
Florida men salvage Chinese rocket.
Florida man using Chinese rocket parts for moonshine still.
Yeah. And Bill Sartain says him and Dan closed up the green room around 12:45 Saturday morning.
Oh.
So y'all left just after I did then. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. It was one of those things where Bill had to go to bed, and I was really about to fall over asleep and didn't want to let on. But
5 minutes until Mother's Day, people. Haven't got her. If you haven't got her gift, you're late.
And Jerome Connor says, "I take the Chinese rocket crash nearby." No, Jerome, it landed in the Indian Ocean
near the Maldives.
Yes.
Although Maldives sounds like something I've been to a couple of times in my life.
Yeah, just south of India, it went into the ocean down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh. And
why did I not get a beer while I was up?
I was wondering, Dan, why didn't you get a beer while you're up? Get me one too.
My fax machine's not working. I don't have enough ink for the transfer.
It's okay. I live in an area that I can't use fax machines. Like 2020.
Well, I just got to thinking, would that be so great once the Star Trek transporters become a normal thing and every house has one?
A replicator, you mean?
No, transporter.
Transporter.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, send me a beer. All right.
Oh,
anyway, Dan, you were talking about having met Strickle or Shickley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't meet him. I just got to see the concert.
Oh, okay. I got a chance to chat with Alan Silvestri.
Oh, wow.
He was in town a couple of years ago for the Chattanooga Film Festival, And they had a special showing of Back to the Future, which he scored. And he stuck around for some questions afterward, and boy, did I have some.
I can imagine.
But he is absolutely one of my favorite film composers. Him and James Horner and yeah, man.
Oh, it's probably a long list. There's some good people doing film composing.
Yeah.
Always have
and
been,
a few
actually.
people that are no longer with us anymore, like Ennio Morricone.
Brian K. Morris says we need those pneumatic tubes like they have at the bank so you can transfer beers.
The only problem with those, Brian, we've tried it, but you can't open the beer right away.
Yeah.
You got to let it sit for like 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I wonder how, matter relocation affects the
carbonation
ability of the carbonation.
I don't know.
Question: could you add more carbonation to a beer with matter transport?
If you're a good programmer,
you could fix a flat beer.
Yeah. If you're a really good programmer, you could change a Budweiser to something actually worth drinking.
Oh, yeah. All right. Willow says she's going to bed. So you have a good night, Willow. And Bill Sartain says Chinese rocket crashes and skunk is mysteriously absent tonight.
Coincidence? I think not.
No.
And Jerome Carter says add more carb would change the pattern.
Just give me a replicator right here on my desk. It doesn't have to be a big one.
Just about the size of a 12-ounce beer bottle.
Well, that and a burrito. I mean,
well, the burrito's about the size of a 12-ounce beer bottle. There you go.
Really. Dos Equis in a double extra hot. Our burrito deluxe combo, extra onions and mild sauce.
Well, Joe.
Yeah.
For those who think that Elon Musk can do no wrong, that he's got the golden touch, I think we finally found something that he can suck at. Acting.
Oh, I could tell that.
I watched most of the first sketch. It was bad.
Oh,
but I mean, Saturday Night Live sketches are bad anyway because nobody ever memorizes their lines.
Is it Elon Musk bad or Saturday Night Live bad? Because
it's Saturday Night Live bad.
Well, there you go. So.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
yes, Brian.
You look back at Carol Burnett. They actually looked at each other when they were delivering dialogue. It pains me to see them looking off at cue cards. You've had a week, okay? You've had a week to remember your lines. That's all Carol Burnett and Tim Conway and Harvey Korman ever had, and they managed.
What was that thing that Marlon Brando?
And they've got 5,000 cast members.
What was that thing
Marlon? The same 4 in every skit, and they will be able to remember their lines.
Oh yeah.
What was that thing Marlon Brando did where he had the little earpiece, and somebody would read him the lines while he was out there performing it? And the idea is he wanted to hear the lines instead of reading it and thinking about it ahead of time. He wanted them to send him the lines and then react to it like it was improv.
Cokie Roberts, a national reporter, one time admitted that she had a little recorder when she would have to do a long stand-up, which is the reporter's portion in front of the camera, that she had a little mini recorder, and she would plug her IFB into it. She would read her stand-up into the recorder and then play it back on camera, and she would recite herself. And I tried that one time. I couldn't do it. It was like bad minus. Yeah.
And Jerome Connor says Marlowe had the lines read to him.
Yeah, there's a famous scene they show that if you watch Turner Classic Movies and they talk about Marlon Brando's acting. I think it was Turner Classic Movies. Might have been Sony Pictures. I can't remember which one. They did a thing on Marlon Brando. And they talked about it, and they showed him in the movie The Dry White Season, where he was the courtroom when it was about them doing the reckoning in South Africa. I can't remember the word for it.
Apartheid?
After that, where they started bringing in all these people and having them admit to what they had did during apartheid, but there wasn't going to be any legal action for it, but they needed to get it on the record. And he was one of those guys that his job was to bring out the facts.
Depositions?
Something there was a word, there's a South African term for it. I can't remember what it is right offhand. But
them foreign countries got a different word for everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And but he played one of the guys that was supposed to be bringing out the information, and it was like a courtroom drama sort of thing. And he was doing it, and you could actually, there were a few scenes, if you look closely, it looked like a hearing aid, but that was actually somebody reading him his lines.
Apocalypse Now, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know, that is one movie I've never seen all the way through.
Really?
I've not seen it all the way through, but I've seen most of it.
You know, I see it here, I see it here. Then
Give
I
a
come
good
back
chance.
to
It's a good
this
movie.
part.
Sit down and watch. It's a little slow at times. I mean, it's really just. But
I mean,
if you get the 4-hour version, oh my God, you're going to be there forever. I mean, it's
for 4.5, 5.
Six if you take sanity breaks.
Need some help from barley and hops.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the Christmas Story. I've never seen a Christmas Story all the way through.
You shouldn't. You might shoot your eye out, kid.
But I can quote just about the whole movie.
It's very quotable.
Yes.
But I do love the thing at the end where they're having Christmas dinner in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
That's just hilarious. They're sitting there carving the duck. Everybody's laughing their ass off.
It's smiling. Oh, okay. And then he just throws it over his shoulder like, okay, gone.
There are a lot of movies that people would recommend that I have not ever watched because it's just not my cup of tea.
Well, let's throw a few out here. Everybody pick one that you think everybody should watch. Joe, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Star Crazy.
Good movie. Just a very hilarious slapstick comedy kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Dogma.
Oh, familiar with that one.
It's
Jerome Conner says Casablanca, which is a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
You stepped on me, John.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't step on me. It's a mad, 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 mad world.
Slapstick comedy again. That's
John, Dan?
The Thin Man.
The Tin Man?
The Thin Man.
The Thin Man.
What was it? James Stewart was in that one?
No,
Myrna Loy and
wasn't it?
No.
What?
Oh,
yeah, it is disconcerting.
William Powell and Myrna Loy. There were a whole series of them, and they're incredibly funny, especially if you've been drinking.
One of my favorite scenes in the Mad, 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 Mad World is when Jimmy Durante kicked the bucket.
Kicks the bucket, literally.
You think he's dead? If he does that again, I'm going to kill him.
No, he says,
my favorite scene.
If he moves again, I'm getting the hell out of here. And in 1962, hell on air on a movie was a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite scene from Mad World is they're getting ready to crash the airplane. And it shows the fire department at the airport waiting for them to crash land the airplane. And it's the Three Stooges.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, the big
and then Buddy Hackett's trying to fly the thing, and Mickey Rooney keeps telling him what to do from the radio, and he says, What are you, the stewardess?" Oh man. I mean, everybody who was anybody in Hollywood comedy was in that movie
at the time. Yeah.
I mean, and if you weren't asked to be in the movie, you had your feelings hurt. You were insulted. I mean, Jerry Lewis had a non-speaking bit part just by running over a hat. But he was in the movie, damn it.
Okay, Joe, you got another one?
No, after he runs over the hat, he goes,
yeah.
And Spencer Tracy, get him, get his number.
Actually, Bill Sartain says that's one that should inherit the win.
Actually saw that in elementary school.
You could just say any Spencer Tracy movie.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Now, Bill, if you didn't know, 35 minutes up the road from us in Chattanooga is where that actually happened.
Or Dalton, Tennessee.
Yep.
Dayton,
Tennessee.
Dayton.
Dalton, Tennessee. That's on the other side of the state.
Georgia keeps trying to move that damn state line, you know.
Hey, there's water up there.
But yeah, that's and of course last year was the first year that they didn't do it, but they actually have recreations of the trial.
The Ghost Monkey trial.
Yeah.
They didn't do it because of COVID. That courthouse is still there, right? The same courthouse. Yeah, the same exact courthouse.
Yep. Same courthouse, same courtroom, everything. They do it
in a little museum down in the basement.
Joe, you got another one?
I can't remember the name of the one I wanted to mention.
Well, Joe's thinking I'll go ahead and do my next one. The Blues Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. The one that I was thinking of.
Just to watch Carrie Fisher try and kill John Belushi.
Put that girl in a stormtrooper outfit. You know, she couldn't hit it broadside of a barn.
She took out the entire building he was in, knocked out the phone booth he was in. Okay. The only time she missed was with the fully automatic M16, which is understandable. But
to answer Jerome's question, I don't believe they do have air conditioning in that courthouse. And the trial was held in, I think, July, so it was steamy.
Yeah.
When you see all them people sitting out there with the fans waving their face, that's
accurate.
Yeah.
And Bill Sartain says the teacher from the trial was a high school graduate from Danville, Ohio. High school in Illinois.
That's all.
Yep.
Dan, you got one?
Well, the one I was thinking of was about Judge Roy Bean, but I can't remember the exact title.
Oh, is that the one where what's her name comes and visits him?
Yeah, at the end, yeah.
Oh,
Lily Langtry, or an actress playing Lily Langtry, yes. It's been ages since I have seen it.
Yeah, it's got an odd name. Hang on a second. Fortunately, IMDb will let you do characters. So they got the life and times of Judge Bean.
I do believe that was it.
Let's see.
I'm not sure.
See, starring Paul Newman as Judge Roy Bean.
That doesn't seem right. What year was it?
72.
72, okay. Well, that could be about the right era. I was thinking it was a 60s movie, but...
I found mine. I found mine.
Butchers.
One flew over the cuckoo's nest.
I was in that play in high school. I played
And they left you
Martini.
out?
I played Martini. That was Danny DeVito's part.
Okay, Jerome, which 12 Angry Men? The black
was a
and
good one.
white or the remake?
They just recently redid that on Turner Classic Movies. They had it on there just recently.
Did they colorize the black and white, or did they do a whole brand new third version?
Did they give it Turner Vision or?
Henry Fonda. There you
The
go.
Henry Fonda, yeah. Now, I don't know if y'all saw where I posted it up, where they went in and did all the digital remaster of Star Trek, of the Star Trek series.
I mean,
Mhm.
I saw that just recently. I'm assuming you put that up there, but I just
Yeah.
saw it.
I got about half of them recorded. So
Yeah, they actually went in and completely re-recorded the orchestra,
The
the
opening
music.
theme.
Yeah.
Yep. Complete with the soprano
Yes.
and not Tony.
Which would make for an interesting Star Trek episode.
And
Bada
they
bing, bada boom.
and they were talking about how they went in and all the model scenes they redid with CGI, and actually, I think it was Roddenberry's son actually approved everything,
Mm-hmm.
and they said this: if they had the technology of today, then that's what Star Trek would have been like.
Mm-hmm.
that the ones that I have seen were some incredible work. I mean, it made it look 200% better. And I have a friend online who absolutely hates the fact that anybody ever touched the originals.
Well, at least they didn't Lucas them.
No.
Yeah, they didn't change any facts.
Yeah.
Hey, John B. Pica.
Hey, John, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. But yeah, no, all they did was they went in and cleaned it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they took out scratches in the original
Yeah.
recordings. They redid the special effects. They improved the sound quality. Yeah.
Didn't they completely redo the orchestration?
Yes.
Like a new orchestra went in and redid the whole
completely re-recorded, and they managed to find the original dry recording of William Shatner reading the opening monologue, Space, the Final Frontier. They found the original recording, and because the way recordings work, if you've got music and you've got dialogue, you almost cannot separate them successfully.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to recreate the entire thing.
Oh, what was the one guy who was talking about that says he was one of the kids that used to sit in front of the TV screen and try and figure out which star the Enterprise was going to fly out of during the intro.
Yeah.
and strangely enough, he
Yeah.
said that. I laughed my ass off because I can remember doing that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, that star right there. No, I missed it. It's that star over there. Okay.
But yeah, it was a fascinating story how it was done.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they went in and they didn't Lucas them.
Yep. Oh, and what impressed me was when there was a matte painting that was so beautiful in the original, they didn't mess with that.
Yes.
But if it was a generic cardboard set, they went ahead and made it a little bit more detailed.
Well, like the planet that had been destroyed, they went in And they got to looking at it and said, that's just crumpled sheet metal. The back of the building.
Mhm.
So they went in and redid all that.
That would have been probably Arena.
Yeah. Yeah. John, that sounds like a plan. We'll actually set that up on the dance floor at Halicon. John, when he came down to that convention here in town, set up a Hot Wheels track about 40 feet long and raced Hot Wheels cars. And people showed up and watched and picked cars. It was cool. He had a little crowd
Joe,
around. Yeah.
people have been cooped up in their houses for 14 months. They'll watch somebody opening a can of beer.
They've been doing that here.
Yeah.
They've been doing that here for a
Somebody
year.
else besides their spouse.
Okay. Speaking of which, I'll be back in a
Oh. Yeah.
They just did a joke about Bezos auctioning off a seat on Blue Origin,
Yeah.
and Elon Musk didn't jump in there. I'm like, really? That would have been a perfect opportunity to use him.
Mm.
Thing is, Elon did that months ago.
Elon Musk has beaten everybody at everything.
Yes.
I mean, he's had more success in the last 4 weeks than NASA's had in 10 years.
Yeah. And fixing to do another one.
That's not really fair because the Mars rovers have really done incredible work.
Outstanding, yes.
Well, Elon's fixing to pop another feat in just a couple hours.
Oh yeah, the 10th launch of a Falcon 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the civilian crew on board?
No, that's
No.
it's another
It's just
Starlink.
Starlink, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's using his old used rockets to launch his Starlink system.
Mm-hmm. Saving lots of money.
No kidding.
A lot of Dogecoin.
and the fairing covers are all have been reused on the entire thing. So he's not had to make that saves him $6 million right there.
Yeah, all he's having to do is build new satellites.
Yeah.
And they're
And a
cranking
second
those
stage.
things out so fast. I mean, he's
Oscar
putting up
Goldman wants to
60
talk
every
with-
couple of weeks, it seems.
They're building right at 4 satellites a day.
Where are they building them?
Washington State. Just outside
Well, that sounds silly, man. They're building them in Washington, launching them from Florida.
Get this.
Hey.
They're built 3 miles from Amazon's headquarters.
Ooh, take that, Bezos.
That was a calculated burn there.
Yeah. Well, you heard NASA's had to withdraw their contract.
Yeah,
With
well,
SpaceX.
put it on hold.
Put it on hold. Now get this. Elon says, okay, that's fine. Because we need the lunar base. We need a lunar base anyway to perfect our Mars stuff. So we'll just keep building it.
Yep. Hey, they can't stop him.
It's
No.
like the
Y'all-
joke I told
Y'all
Thursday.
just don't have to rent
going,
rooms.
you see Elon going, yeah, okay, so you want us to stop? Yeah, hang on a second. Hey, scrape the NASA logo off the rocket. Okay, we got it.
That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
And John says he knew the Hot Wheels were going to be hit. It's funny to watch everybody turn into a big kid. Watched race, loved watching race, and
Yeah,
loved watching.
next thing you need those adult-sized big wheels. And turn them into bumper cars. do a little Tokyo drift and sideswipe somebody.
You know, they've done that at a few of the.
I
when
know.
they were having the conventions back at the Choo
That's
Choo.
why I know that they exist.
They would go out on the tennis court and do that.
Yeah.
There at the Choo Choo.
Yeah, but that was another convention we
And the
don't
thing-
talk about.
Yeah, there's another convention. But they would do a lap and then stop and drink a beer, and then do another lap and stop.
Oh,
And drink a
God.
beer. And Joe, you okay?
Yeah, I just realized I had change in my pocket. I had to put it in my change jar.
Going jing-a-ling-a-ling.
Yep.
Come on,
I'll
somebody
call you
else
on,
go out of
Joe, I'm
line.
going to call you on the telephone later.
Give you a ring.
But each time we talk, it's just the same old thing.
Always no huggy, no
No
kissy.
kissy.
Till I get a wedding ring.
That bitch is crazy.
Georgia Satellites, baby. Gotta love them.
You got me tied
Got
down
three Georgia
with
boys.
battleship chains.
3 Georgia boys to 1 Tennessee boy.
Well,
Got you beat.
now who is Georgia Satellites? Is the brother to somebody else from another band?
I don't know this one.
I'd have to phone a friend.
I can't remember.
No, seriously, I'd have to phone a friend. He worked in the music industry until he had a stroke. He did mixing boards for almost everybody you've ever heard on the radio.
Hmm.
Who was the guy that got killed in the helicopter?
That would have been Stevie Ray Vaughan, wouldn't it?
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimmy Vaughan.
Jimmy, okay.
Hmm.
That was Jimmy Ray's band was Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Oh, that's right, Fabulous Thunder. Yeah, okay. I get them confused with the Satellite.
Best little band from Buckhead.
Yep.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. Elon Musk is on Weekend Update.
We'll be back.
Jane, you ignorant. Yeah, well, I
He's
gave up
playing
on
a
Saturday.
financial expert.
I gave up on Saturday Night Live when they canceled the Muppets. That lets you know how long ago I thought it was good.
You know, they need to do a version of the Muppet Show where they make fun of Saturday Night Live.
That would work.
Weekend Update with Kermit the Frog.
Thank you, Professor Honeydoo.
And Miss Piggy. That would be hilarious. Piggy,
No,
Piggy,
don't-
you ignorant slut. You know,
I don't think Ensign's ghost would allow them to do that. Oh heavens!
I think they've had half the Saturday Night Live crew on their last movie. They may as well turn it around. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, Tina Fey from Saturday Night Live was in the last Muppet movie. I think it was the last Muppet movie.
I couldn't tell you. I believe the last movie that we went to see in a theater was the it had to be the Queen biopic, the one about Freddie Mercury. And the only one that we'd gone to before that was Thor, and I can't remember which one, but it was my birthday. And earlier than that, I think the last movie that I actually could put up with being in a theater in was X-Men 2. So that's been a long time ago. I really can't stand crowds, and I have a real difficulty with Christmas shopping in a mall. But theaters became unbearable after a while.
I think the last movie I saw in a theater was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lindsay wanted to go, and I said, "Well, let's do it. It's your night. We're going for your birthday. We went to see the Thor movie for my birthday, so let's do it."
We try to go to a Regal cinema near here at Hamilton Place Mall. It's really nice. It's reserved seating, and every seat is a recliner.
Mm.
Awesome. Love it.
I like the way that some of these theater chains have redone their theaters so that you actually have more room to sit, and the rows are further apart. And the thing that annoyed me was they actually, you can order dinner during the movie, and they'll bring it out to your seat. And I'm going,
Yeah.
this does not strike me as a really good idea for somebody that's trying to watch the movie to be distracted by other people having more than just nachos and popcorn and Coca-Colas or whatever. But
yeah, they got a theater here that does that, except that I think the tables that serve dinner are like in separate suites.
mm,
And then they've got general theater seating below that you have to bring your popcorn in. But
Just
yeah,
out
I
of
think the ones
curiosity,
with service are separated.
Joe, what are you posting over here about Robin Hood just crashed?
Robin Hood, it's a stock website that you can buy partial stocks. They sell cryptocurrency, Dogecoin. It just crashed from Elon talking about it on Saturday Night Live.
Oh my God.
the website crashed.
But it was so funny because they kept the weekend update anchors kept asking, but what is Dogecoin? And he kept trying to explain it. It was like, finally, the guy pulls out $1. He says, here's $1. It's real. What's Dogecoin?
It's not real.
Oh my God. Coinbase, Dogecoin on Coinbase. I had $3 in Dogecoin. It is now worth $17 on Coinbase.
Oh, this is like one of those stock market things where you put $1 on a.
Yeah.
Well, like Elon Musk finally admitted at the end of the sketch, it's a hustle.
It's a hustle. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
The
really.
guy says, "Oh, so it's a hustle." And he goes,
Yeah, it's a hustle.
"Yeah, it's a hustle."
I am Iron Man. Yes.
Jerome Connor says, "What stock caused it to crash?" Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live
Dogecoin
talking
did.
about Dogecoin.
The market, the website tracked did not crash. The website tracking the market crashed.
Yeah. And the thing was, my Doge. What?
Oh, Babylon B. They posted something about Elon on Saturday Night Live, and it says the entire Saturday Night Live crew is real nervous because they're not used to having to perform for an actual viewer.
An actual viewer.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, my Coinbase account at 8:00 tonight was only $9. I think I need
gained $8 just by Elon being on TV.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
No.
Boy, if only he'd known this before he got on TV.
I made $14.
You don't think he didn't?
He put the $1 billion in one to $8 billion.
Yeah.
Well, I think he spent $1 billion on Dogecoin when it was like 8 for $1 or 8 for a penny.
Well, I mean, the guy made his billions by inventing PayPal.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like he's not familiar with currency exchange.
Yeah, and he gets a nice little piece out of every song people buy from me from Bandcamp too.
Hey, you'll like this one, Lewis. You know that new movie that Tom Hanks came out with, Greyhound?
Yeah.
About the destroyers and the Atlantic convoy
Making
stuff?
across the Atlantic.
You know, they filmed that on board the USS Kidd, which is a Fletcher class destroyer.
No shit.
It's
Baton
a
Rouge.
museum in Baton Rouge.
No kidding.
I was there when it got beat the hell up by Hurricane Gustav. And
Oh,
we were
really?
wondering what was going to happen to it. We went down. We kept driving by there to make sure nobody's looting the damn thing, but we couldn't get anywhere
Wow.
near it. So.
Mm.
Yeah, it was amazing. I toured it one time and went through their CIC and could not believe their CIC was smaller than my basement office. Now the CIC on my fast frigate was twice that size.
And then you get like the CIC on a flipping Ollie Burke class destroyer or an aircraft carrier, and it
Aircraft. Oh man, I went through the CIC
looks like
on
Microsoft
the
headquarters. You know,
I went through the CIC on the Carl Vinson. Oh my God, it was bigger than my house.
well, they do air ops. They get a lot more info coming in.
Yeah.
So they got to have a biggie.
Yeah. Well, they're talking to guys like me because fast frigates were on the fringe of the formation. So we would be assigned a quadrant of sky to keep an eye on and report back to the carrier. So I would talk to the jets and then I would relay back to them as far as just now, if there was an operation, the jets would talk directly with their CIC, but just station keeping and keeping an eye on bogeys and friendlies, we would relay that information to the CIC on the carrier.
I'm taking notes.
Well, that was in 1978. I'm sure they've changed.
You'd be surprised at how many science fiction stories with the space battles could be improved by knowing things just like that.
Okay. Anytime.
Well, in a lot of space epics and games and stuff like that, the difference between a heavy cruiser and a command cruiser is the size of that CIC and how many radio antennas they have, basically.
Yeah.
Because basically all they're doing is they're taking the entire fleet, and that's the coordination center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's command and control, CNC.
Mm-hmm. I understood. I do read a lot.
And when I went in, they had just changed CIC from Combat Intelligence Center to Combat Information Center.
I wonder why.
Well, they did a survey and found out there was no real intelligence in there. Oh.
Looks like
Well, it was a military operation, of course.
Yeah, military intelligence is an oxymoron of the highest order.
looks like in World War II they had this plane, a TBF Avenger.
Yeah.
A TBF was torpedo bomber fighter, which means it could carry a torpedo, it carried bombs, and it was a fighter size aircraft. Sort of. Right. After the war, they went and changed up some electronics inside of it so that it could drop aerial mines into the water outside wherever you needed aerial mines, right? So they changed it to a TBM Avenger, torpedo bomber mine layer, which got rid of the fighter designation. I never quite understood that, but and a lot of people don't know this, but a lot like was it the planes that got lost in the Bermuda Triangle, Flight 19?
Mm-hmm.
They were.
Everybody said, oh, you always see they were TBF Avengers. Well, actually, they weren't. They were the later version, the TBMs. Which the only real difference was a couple extra boxes in the navigator spot, but that's about it. So.
Well, not a lot of people realize that the fast frigate that I was on had torpedoes.
Oh yeah, had 6 tubes, if I remember correctly.
3 on each side, and they were carrying Mark V nuke-tipped torpedoes. Not a lot of people know that. We all had to go around with rad badges in our pockets the whole time we were on board.
I remember
and we had to
my
have them
dad
checked every week in the doc's office.
And those were the lightweight, basically ship launched torpedoes.
Yeah.
Because You basically dropped him off right on top of the submarine and let him worry about it.
Yeah.
So in other words, if
the
you ever
red
lost
badges
one of
from
those, it'd be over for you too.
Could have been. Could have
Probably
been.
not because their torpedo would take out their own boat, but because whoever they're shooting at's doing the exact same thing to them.
Well, no, because the blast radius.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
talking
blast
about.
radius is almost equal to the
Range
Max
of the
range.
the range
Yeah.
of the torpedo.
If for some reason the military had a bad habit of making nukes like that, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
was it the Honest John missile?
Yes.
Basically, it had a 30-kilometer range and a 30-kilometer blast radius. And then the Davy Crockett, the nuclear recoilless rifle,
2 kilometers, wasn't it?
I think it's closer to 5 actually, but with a 5-kilometer blast radius. So
Yeah.
you literally had to hide behind a hill, fire over the hill, and let it blow up on the other side of the hill if you wanted to survive, because your armor consisted of a Jeep windshield.
Mm.
Yeah. And then there was another one that was stupid like that too. That it was one of those that if they ever got the order to launch, the officer in charge had to pull his pistol first to make sure nobody was going to stop him. Because everyone in the command room was going to die when this thing detonated.
It's probably what prevented a couple nuclear wars.
Strangely enough, that is exactly what prevented the nuclear war during the Cuban Missile Crisis. One good man said, "Nope, we're not going to launch a torpedo."
Yeah. Tactical nukes usually take out the people that deploy them.
You know, I know, John, that you were in a hot zone. You were in a hot war. I served in a cold war.
I served in a Cold War and a hot war. So.
I sometimes wonder what was worse. I mean,
War.
we were
honestly the Cold War. You didn't know what to expect.
I know we were looking over our shoulders the whole time.
Exactly. In a Cold War, it's can I shoot? Can I shoot? Can I shoot?
Or are they shooting? Are they shoot? Yeah.
Hot War, on the other hand, I used to tell this joke, and it's not so much of a joke, but somebody asked me, "Aren't you worried about going to Iraq and getting shot at it?" I said, "No." Have you ever been driving near a shopping mall at Christmas? Because trust me, there's some overweight soccer mom in a minivan with 3.5 kids in the back watching Finding Nemo, and she's desperately trying to get the perfect Christmas gift for all her kids that will run you off the road and kill you without a second thought, just so she can go shop at the mall. You can't shoot back at her. Okay. Somebody in Iraq shoots at me. I got a rocket launcher right on the back hatch of that Humvee. If I can't get him with the 50 cal,
Yeah, it was mentally draining. It really was.
Having to be paranoid all the time when you're not born paranoid is very exhausting.
It is.
I don't know if I ever told you a story. I was in Berlin when the Bell's discotheque got bombed. And
I think I remember you saying something about that before.
And that
Hey,
was
Danny.
Two Real Geeks. And that was weird because we knew it was the Libyans eventually. Okay.
Exactly.
The Great Cabbage Patch Riots of the 1980s. Or what was the other one of the PlayStations. I can't remember which one. But people were literally like beating the hell out of each other in Walmart trying to get PlayStation.
No, that was a waffle iron.
Was it a waffle iron? Okay.
That was the $5 waffle iron.
Too bad it
There
was
also the Beanie Baby crisis
of
1988.
I remember the 11-inch tall G.I. Joe crisis of the early 1960s at a Zayre Blue Light Special.
My
All of
mom.
a sudden, stuff was $1. I had little old ladies throw me across the room, and I was like 4 feet tall. Not even
My
4 feet
mom
tall.
started making Beanie Babies, or not Beanie Babies, Cabbage Patch dolls.
Oh,
Now she could do everything with the fabric and the foam and all sorts of stuff like that. She knew how to do that. The one thing she couldn't do was paint the eyes. Guess what I had to learn to do?
so
Yes,
you were
I know
famous
how- I know
beanie,
how
I
to
mean,
paint.
Cabbage Patch forger.
I know how to paint acrylic eyes on Cabbage Patch dolls.
Well, I'll tell you what happened to me and my dad one time at Walmart for the Black Friday sale. We stood in line. I could get a ticket, and he could only get one ticket. We could only get one TV. This lady right in front of us gets up. You can only get one TV. Somehow, she ended up telling the guy, and she got 3 TVs.
Oh, that didn't last long, did it?
Oh, no. And the thing was, I got my TV. Daddy didn't get his.
Mm.
Okay. Let me show you the worst ride I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Tickle me Elmo. Yeah, that my son was born in 93, so that would have been what, around 95, 96.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had just gotten out of the military. I wanted to go back because it was easier to get shot at than try and get one of them damn things.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the lady pushes her buggy off, gets her 3 TVs. Daddy's ready to, kill people. I get him calmed down. And we go off our separate ways or whatever. Lo and behold, the lady has walked away from, we're over in electronics, and the lady has walked away from her buggy.
Bad mistake.
I called him on the phone. I said, "You still in the store?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do you want one of those TVs?" He said, "That's what I'm here for." I said, "Meet me in automotive."
Just grabbed her buggy.
No, I took one of the TVs, put it in mine, met him at the. I rounded the corner of automotive and I heard, "Somebody stole one of my TV." He goes, "Where?" He actually said, "Where did you?" He goes, how'd you get that TV? About that time she yelled, and I said, "Shut up, take it, keep going." See, I didn't, a true smart ass would have took all of them. I just took one.
I'd have taken a whole buggy, but that's just me.
Well, I'm quite sure it was caught on video of me getting it.
Technically, you're not stealing until she's paid for it and has a receipt.
Yeah.
All right. There you go, John. Memories, baby. Memories.
Yep.
Do you know they
These
still
are at the actual hospital in Cleveland, Georgia, where they're made.
Xavier Roberts was
Yep.
the guy who originally invented those damn things.
Yep.
and they're actually they can actually still sell them, but it's licensed through another company now. He sold the company.
I thought Hasbro got it.
Yeah, I forget which one it is. But sorry about that, everybody. Grab your headphones. Sorry. Two Real Geeks. That's right. That's where I saw it from. Yeah, I think it was y'all's video on that.
Yeah.
And he says the birth show is so creepy.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Suppose it's a small world.
Okay, they still have a website called Cabbage Patch Kids.
Well, the hospital's still open. We were there just a few months ago.
Yeah.
I think November. We went down and we went to Helen, Georgia, and all around that area, and we decided to go to Cleveland and see the birthplace of Cabbage Patch dolls. And
Visit the
they're very
Babyland
busy.
General Hospital.
Yep.
This is Cleveland, Georgia.
Mhm.
is part of the Travel Channel's top 10 Toylands, beautifully situated on 650 acres in the North Georgia mountains. This Southern-style home filled with Cabbage Patch Kids will capture the imagination of your entire family, unless you're a horror fan and they all come to life and start killing everybody in the area. And I did that one for Scott since Scott couldn't be here.
And
The Great Cabbage Patch Massacre.
Danny from Two Real Geeks says he knows he's been MRA for some time, but packing is stressing us out. Danny and his lovely wife are abandoning Atlanta, Georgia.
Showing good
Smart
sense.
move.
They're moving to Orlando.
Oh, that's
Not
out of the
such a good
fire
move.
out of the frying pan into the fire, isn't it?
But for what they do
What are you
is
addicted to nutcases? Come on.
for what they do, it opens up their ability to do more videos because it gives them access to Disney and MGM.
Well, but I hope they're not moving to Orlando proper. I mean, go to Kissimmee or someplace nearby, but
yeah,
God, not Orlando.
Ocala's really nice.
Danny, if you will, oh shoot, can't post it on you. Send it to me on
They're going to Kissimmee St. Cloud. Apparently, they're moving to St.
Okay,
Cloud.
see,
Okay.
all right, that's smart.
Yeah.
Well, it might be. I'm not sure what it's like nowadays.
Well, politically, it's a lot better than Orlando because that part's not owned by the mouse. Orlando is lock, stock, and barrel owned by the mouse.
Yeah.
It's like that joke I used to tell. The reason that they can't count votes in Florida is because everybody they can count either works for NASA or Disney.
Yeah, Danny says if I make him a mod. Okay, Danny, I'll tell you what. Let me know how to make you a mod, and I will. I have been made a mod on Brian K. Morris's channel, and I've got no clue how he did it.
Oh, what was it? Thursday night, Joe was going to be late, so he told me, go ahead and drop the thing telling everybody the show's going to be on tonight. I'm like, how? I've never done that before. Fortunately, I got on early, and I had 30 minutes to figure it out. So.
Yeah, you click that little thing down there that says invite.
Really? So if I click this thing, it's just like, who am I inviting? Ooh, there we go. Cool. Now here's how stupid I am. I posted the link for the show tonight so that everybody can get on it, right?
Yeah.
How did I do it? I cut and paste the thing up there that says HTTPS, ://StreamYard. I cut and paste that and put it in there. It did the same damn thing. But apparently that's all that button down there does.
Okay.
Here's a video.
Is that their video?
No, it's my video.
Oh, okay.
But this is where they do the birth show. All the little heads are moving.
Okay, yeah, that is creepy.
You know,
And
I make
was
my
the
own
Cabbage
sauerkraut.
Cabbage again.
Look kind of like an open cervix.
You know, I make my own sauerkraut out of cabbage. So, you know, it's like.
Yeah, Danny, you told us, yes. Okay, that's just creepy.
But yeah, they stand behind the dolls and in front of the tree and tell the story, and they birth the babies.
Weed killer, exactly, Jerome.
A flamethrower.
I've seen that movie. Just
They're
right
moving,
after.
kill it.
I've seen that movie. Usually the thing jumps out and grabs you by the face. Oh, Lewis, have you ever seen the underside of a face hugger?
No,
Looks like a
and I
Volvo
never
with
want
a tube
to.
sticking out of it.
Let's just put it this way. I could not show it on the stream because it will get me a community standards ban.
Will it? Have you tried it? Because it's, sci-fi thing,
No, because
No. I remember the original concept art.
Then
No.
I will post it to Stupid O'Clock.
yeah, you get the ban, not me.
Or Uncle Carl's page.
Oh, no, we don't want Uncle Carl.
They'd probably
banned.
enjoy it.
Jerome Connor says, "Where's the topless cheerleader?" Wrong show, Jerome. That's the green room.
Ooh, I found a good picture of it.
And then
I can hear everybody patiently waiting for me to post this onto stream or onto Stupid O'Clock page.
Actually, I'm patiently horrified that you actually would contemplate such a thing.
That's my job here.
Oh, let me
Only
get
7
my
minutes left in the
Facebook.
show.
I'm going ahead and getting the Facebook thing pulled up so I can see if you get banned or not.
Well, if you're going to risk getting us, knocked off the air, 6.5 minutes left to the show. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Now, Lewis, just out of curiosity, you posted that picture about that Iranian or undocumented Dow that got busted with all the weapons. Me, I'm sitting there going, "Ooh, RPGs. They're nice ones too. I'd love to have one of those rocket propelled grenades.
Oh yeah,
and a PK machine gun. Oh, I'd love to have one of those. And,
but did you see the sniper rifles? Oh my God, man!
Yes, those are they shoot the Russian 50 caliber ammo, the same thing the DSHK shoots. And then they had a couple of AT-6 spiral anti-tank missiles. That's what those big tubes were. And they had AKs just all over the place. And all the tubes.
I agree with somebody else though. They said just give them to Ukraine. They could use them.
Put them to good use. I thought it was one of our mutual friends' private collection about to have a tragic boating accident.
No.
Tax
That's
reasons.
how Iran. That's how Iran has been getting that crap into Yemen and such for their little proxy war they're fighting, using those little stinky boats to get them in there.
Naughty Iranians.
Every time.
Yeah.
Just can't trust them.
No. Can't trust Iranians, can't trust the Chinese, can't trust North Koreans.
And you can't trust me either.
Indeed it is.
No, Joe, we find you eminently trustworthy just for that reason. We can trust you to do
Oh, what was the movie where they said
those things
you can trust evil people because they're always going to do something evil? It's the people that say that they're good you can't trust.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, I've pretty much got everybody trained. If I post a YouTube link and there's not a preview, nobody will click it.
Nope.
No, we
We're
pretty
all
much know
smarter
what it
than
is
that now.
already. That would be about 4 seconds of my life I'd never get back before I realized what it was.
Shithead.
Yeah, click back off of it.
I mean, my favorite one was the Chrome update. If anybody doesn't know what the Chrome update is you to activate the new Chrome update, you got to press Alt F4 to activate it.
No, my favorite was the animated GIF of the three little bubbles, meaning somebody's replying to you. That had me going for several minutes. And I was like, fuck, Joe, finish the damn message.
Good night, Carly.
Asshole.
Carly's an asshole? What?
No.
Joe.
I
Yeah,
sent
well, we
I
do
sent,
that.
I sent Lewis and Heather a GIF of the three little dots of message reply.
It
So
shows when somebody is typing a response to you. Well, he found an animated GIF of that and
That's all
sent
it did was show the.
That's all
Yeah,
it did.
so I can go back in my messenger right now and
it's
it'll
still
still be
going.
going. Boop, 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 boop.
Good night, Jerome. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here.
It's all right, Joe. It's been years
Yeah.
and years building up. One of these days, I am going to get you back. Oh my God. I am going to nuke your ass. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I will, I swear it.
Just invite him over for an authentic Cajun cookout and just serve him a skunk casserole. And that's
Bill-
got nothing to do with Kyle.
Bill, yes, we're doing the after show. We don't shut the stream down. We just continue.
Just roll right into it.
Roll right into it.
So here in about what do we got? 2 minutes, we'll have a bathroom break, grab a beer, and go right into
Almost time for a pancake, Bill.
Yep.
Tomorrow's Sunday morning.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you, Lewis, for tuning in. You're not going to hang around for that.
I'll hang out for a few minutes tonight.
What are you up to?
Just for shits and grins.
Hey, you know something? You know something Lewis could do if he wants. I'm not pressuring you or anything.
What?
Do your news story. Do your news story over again when it starts. When the after show starts.
I still have my script.
There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what, y'all do that because John, you start. I'm going to start the outro. You start the intro. Hopefully, I'll be back in time so you can run get a beer.
I got about a half a beer on me right now. Well,
okay.
That much.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to jump out of here while the outro's playing and run down to the hall to the little room, and I'll be back
eventually.
We're doing out our production secrets for the show, and now everybody's going to know how we do it.
Yeah. And what I'm going to say here is, this is a good one. And we're going to say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Who doesn't love a good polka, huh? Huh. Good evening and welcome to the Stupid Show After Show. I'm Lewis Lee. This is the news. It seems like every millennia, the Chinese do something to shock the world. 2,000 years ago, it's believed Chinese invented fireworks by throwing bamboo pieces into a fire and having them explode. 1,000 years after that, the Chinese invented gunpowder. You see a pattern building here? Now the Chinese have another big boom up their sleeves as the core stage of a Long March 5B booster rocket slams into the Earth about 90 minutes ago over the Indian Ocean near the Maldives. At 23 tons, it was the largest man-made object ever to fall to Earth in uncontrolled descent. Elon Musk, founder of SpaceX, who was, by the way, hosting Saturday Night Live at the time, is heard to have said that if the cheap sons of bitches had paid him to build a rocket that could land itself, we all wouldn't be playing Chicken Little right now. That's the news. Now let's get on with the idiocy. Hi, John.
Hi.
Oh, I forgot something.
What?
I had to hurry up and put all that crap in past tense.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that actually, but
Yeah, you're reading history.
because for those of you who don't know, it sort of disintegrated over the Indian Ocean and like killed everyone in India, all billion of them. Something like
No,
that.
seriously, I from Travel Zoo just yesterday, I got an alert that the Maldives was having a sale, $4.99 for 5 nights on a private island in the Maldives. But and that was for 2 people. For 2 people, $500, and it
Go back and
included a
check
bunch of
again. Maybe
meals
they
and
dropped the
open bar.
price.
But that included a bunch of meals and open bar. The only thing is, it would cost us $5,000 for airfare. So you spend $5,000 so you can get a $500 vacation. No,
You own an RV, just drive there.
it doesn't have the amphibious attachments.
Oh, you don't have the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang add-on, do you?
No, but that's a great movie.
I know.
Possibly.
That would be another one to
Best-
list as one that you got to watch.
That was
Yep.
Yes, it is. It's probably the best movie ever adapted from an Ian Fleming novel.
Yeah,
Even though it was really, if you've ever
the
read,
inventor of 007 also did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Mm-hmm.
if you've ever read the books, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the movie's nothing like it.
Well,
Heads up.
were there actually 2 books? Lindsay and I were arguing about this. Well, not arguing. We were discussing it the other day. I couldn't
2, and
figure
they're
out.
trying to put together a third.
Well,
Now,
here's
what would be cool
Books.
is if we had 007 getting into Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with all of it.
Or if it turned out one of the 2 kids winds up being the orphan that becomes 007.
James.
Ain't I brilliant sometimes? Okay.
It's scary how your mind works.
that is
You know,
actually
strangely enough, though, I
It's
cannot
scary
remember-
that your mind works.
I did that too.
Took the words
I cannot
right out
remember
of my
the
mouth.
boy's name. The boy child, I can't remember his name, but I know the girl's name was Jemima.
Yeah. How racist.
now here's something a little crazy to add into that. Do you know the film crew was the same from the James Bond movie that came out that year?
Yes,
Hmm.
Goldfinger.
Yeah, it's the same film crew. They wrapped up Goldfinger and went to shoot Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Gert Frobe played the king.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hmm.
I can't remember.
Gustav,
His
I
name.
think, wasn't it?
Huh?
Gustav?
I can't remember the guy's name.
I can't remember it either, but I was making a wild ass guess and it sounded right.
And of course, Michael Jackson played the child catcher.
No,
It looks like him.
It kind of looks like him.
no.
Even got the coloring right.
John, my question to you still stands. Are you saying that there were actually 2 Chitty Chitty Bang Bang novels?
Yes, I believe there were.
Okay, good. That's the way I remembered it. Lindsay did not remember the second one with the gangsters. And I don't believe I've got a copy of the second one. I had to check it out from a library, a school library at that.
Now, the original Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was originally published in 3 volumes.
Okay.
So you were both wrong.
Well,
I'm trying to figure out if it was one book in 3 volumes or.
Well, that would explain.
Oh.
That would explain why John was thinking they're trying to put together a third one, a third book, if a third manuscript was available.
Okay, the first volume was released in 1964, the second later in 1964, and the third in 1965, and then they released them all 3 as one single volume in 1968.
in time for the movie.
Pretty much.
Well, I just found out there is a sequel to the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer. Another one coming out this summer. Do you know what the title is? I Know You Didn't Do Shit Last Summer.
Okay, so I just got a Ring neighborhood alert at 1:09 in the fucking morning.
Let me guess.
If I'd
There's
been
a
asleep
Chinese
when that damn
satellite
thing came
falling out of
through,
the
I'd have
sky.
been pissed. I'd have gone to their house and burglarized it myself.
So what was the alert?
The police in area with, damn it. Police in area with lights on, no siren. Anyone know of anything going on in this area? Really?
Who sent it to you? WGOW? Or
No, it's Ring. When you've got a Ring doorbell,
yeah,
you're on the Ring network. And so if anything happens close to your house and somebody reports it on their app, then it does a blast and everybody gets it. But it's like 1:09 in the morning. Seriously, people, go the hell to sleep.
Can you see it? I mean, can you see what they're talking about? Or
well, they can attach a video clip if it's, like, do you know this person? But they didn't have anything attached. They were just, there's police in the area. Does anybody know what's going on? Police patrol the area all the time.
They have their lights on. That usually
They
means something's
do.
going on. They're looking for
No,
somebody.
but they don't have, they said no lights, no siren. I'm like,
oh,
they're just driving around there. It's called patrolling.
A police car ran through your neighborhood. Sounds
I heard
like a
lights, no
Thursday
siren.
in Madison County.
Believe me, run out and give them some coffee. They're bored as shit.
They might let you hit the
Do
siren.
you think
or
donuts
something.
would be cliche?
Yeah, go nuts. Yeah.
It would be cliche, but nonetheless welcome.
Now, I have had a police officer stop at my house when I've been out in the backyard with the dogs at 3:00 in the morning.
Well, that's nice of them.
When I turn on the lights in my backyard, I mean, you could have a good football game. I make sure
High
the
school
yard.
got nothing on you.
No, they don't. Actually, they don't.
I've had a
said
police
Howard.
officer before. I'd be in the backyard doing something, usually with the dogs, like Joe said. And all of a sudden, a flashlight comes on and goes, "What are you doing?" "Walking my dogs." "What are you doing?" And
That's
Trying
pretty.
to keep my dog from eating you is what I'm doing.
he says, "We're looking for a suspect." He says, "Oh, really? Tell me." He says, "I need this sounds like something I need to know."
Yeah, I've had, it's pretty much, they stop and they walk out and say, and I'm trying to call the dogs back. They say, "What are you doing?" 3:00 in the freaking morning and I'm chasing my dogs. What do you think I'm doing? Okay, sorry. I got on a tangent.
Actually, I
think-
believe the proper terminology for what you just did is a rant. Actually,
Well,
My
it
wife
wasn't
and
a
I call
sign or
them
a cosign.
spaghetti moments.
spaghetti moments.
Mhm.
You would say that because I'm thinking about making. I've got some sausage thawing in the fridge.
Okay.
No, it comes from a book.
Ah.
And the book is how men and women think differently. And men compartmentalize everything. Men are like waffles. Okay? Everything's in a compartment. You have one thing going on in this pocket and one thing going on in this pocket and one thing going on in this pocket, and never the twain shall cross, okay? And you got to put one thing away before you open up the other thing. And guys,
Is this
think
a
that
book by
way.
Dave Barry?
No, I don't think he
It
wrote it.
sounds
but
like
it was-
Irma Bombeck.
It sounds like a Dave Barry joke I've heard before.
Okay. And women think like spaghetti. They'll be thinking and it's twisting and turning, and then they go on another, and it's all like that. So my wife and I call those tangents spaghetti moments. We'll be talking about something, then an hour later, conversation's over. An hour later, and then it seems like a non sequitur. She'll be talking about something. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. I had a spaghetti moment when we were talking about such and such. I had another thought on that.
Oh wow, Elon's son found our page.
Oh, goody. Cat running across keyboard.
Yeah. Welcome.
Who is now? I'm curious now who that is. I'm not watching any of the pages.
We don't. They're on YouTube. I don't know which YouTube page they're coming from.
Okay.
The actual Stupid O'Clock page. I just checked.
Oh, so we're still broadcasting?
Yes.
We're still broadcasting on
Oh,
all
Yeah,
I thought this
six
was
of our
closed circuit.
pages.
No, that's the after show where I'm
Yeah,
sitting here with whoever stays awake all night.
Right now, we have 3 Facebooks and 3 YouTubes going. So,
Yeah.
and
I
a
used
StreamYard.
bad language. I apologize, but there shouldn't be any damn kids up at this hour anyway.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
no.
If
Wait,
there are, they're
Lewis.
probably mine.
Lewis, you can't say that anymore because we are global. I mean, it's YouTube and Facebook. People in Malaysia are waking up early on Mother's Day and watching us instead of like spending time with their mom.
People in Moldavia or the Maldives are going, what the hell was that noise last night?
What is
Well,
this
let's
about
see.
your
In
It
the
was
Maldives,
dog had another
it was
burrito.
just before dawn when it happened. Yeah.
People in the Maldives are waking up, going out in the front yard with a cup of coffee, going, "What the hell is this shit?" Okay.
I didn't order a chain
That's
link
some
fence.
funky writing on it, man. What the hell is language is that? That is Chinese.
And
I didn't order that.
If One Piece actually hit an island, somebody's going to find. If they break it open, there's
Hey.
a fortune inside.
But the good news is the Chinese finally delivered something on time. Bang.
Ba-dum-bum.
For a given definition of on time. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they only launched it 2 weeks ago. It normally
Good night, everybody.
takes 6 weeks for something from China to get here or there.
Somehow.
You
China-
ain't never bought nothing
Gotta love
off
it,
Wish, have you?
Oh yeah, I used to buy a bunch of stuff from Wish. I finally quit.
My wife bought something off Wish. Had me order it for her off Wish. I forgot about it. 2.5 months later, it shows up. What the hell's this?
It's not what you ordered.
And I'm going to go over it again.
Tawny.
Tawny Katayan died.
Tanya Katang, yes.
Passed away at the age of 59.
59.
And they haven't said what it is yet, so.
Doesn't matter. It's still too early.
Whole bunch of little there.
She still should have had another 50 years left.
Oh,
50? Wow.
Hey,
All
she
right.
looked like she was in good
Well,
health to me.
well, guess what? Elon's son just earned something from me.
Yep.
Say goodnight, dumbass.
Yeah. You're out of here, crotch monkey. Okay.
I doubt
It takes
seriously
all
it's worth
kinds.
looking, but
Apparently,
Oh.
somebody's village is missing an idiot.
Oh,
Yep.
so when you kick them out, it deletes all their
Comments.
comments.
It deletes it from YouTube.
Cancel
okay.
culture.
Well, I'm sorry I missed that. I usually have us up full screen so I can actually see you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, they called
that's
us a
my
bunch.
situation.
Called us a bunch of old pedophiles.
Or
What?
something like that. Yeah.
Well, I may be old, but I ain't got nothing to do with fooling around with kids.
No.
Yeah. Well, they have gone away forever.
Well, let us hope. They can always adopt another identity and attack again. That's one thing I've learned from Russian spam bots.
Yeah.
Is that anything like a fembot? No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
It's
One of
nowhere
them-
near
one
as
of them
much
was
fun.
cute.
It's nowhere near as much fun, let me tell you.
Oh, what was it? Oscar Goldman's secretary. Was it? They replaced her with a fembot. She was actually kind of cute. So.
Oh, and the actress that played Witchy Poo on HR Puffin Stuff passed away at 96.
What was her name again? I can't remember.
Billy Hayes.
That was it.
Yep.
She did some other stuff too.
There was one of those shows that she did that Butch Patrick was the child star that was in. And actually, he was a late teenager in his early 20s, I do believe. I'm not sure if it was Lidsville or it was one of the ones with Charles Nelson
It was
Riley.
HR Puff and stuff, and I don't know if she was in Lidsville.
Played a different character. Not Witchy Poo. She played somebody that looked like a genie. Had a turban. I'm not sure if it was. I mean, Butch Patrick was one posting about it, so that's how I realized. So, duh. My friends list is really eclectic, folks. You should check it
She
out.
played Weenie the Genie in Lidsville with
Okay.
Charles Nelson Riley, who played
Mhm.
Ratio de Hoodoo, and then Butch
And-
Patrick played Mark.
Damn.
Apparently, Charles Nelson Riley was the class clown of the show. So whenever he was not feeling like sticking to the script, there was some hilarity going on.
When did Charles Nelson Riley ever stay on the script?
What was that other show he was in? The New Curiosity Shop?
Could have been, yeah.
Was that the kids' TV show that they had Saturday morning?
He was best known for Match Game.
Yeah. Well, and Hollywood Squares
Hollywood
too.
Squares. Was he on that? I don't
Yeah, I
remember him
think
being on that.
well, I want to say he was, but I couldn't swear to it.
Paul Lynde was
Paul
always
Lynde
in.
was the
Yeah,
was
Paul
big
Lynde-
on Hollywood
Paul Lynde
Squares.
was always there. Yeah.
It looks like I'm gonna have to keep eyes on the chat because, like you said, they created a new page and was already spamming again.
Mm.
Golly.
Hey, it only takes about a
Get a
quarter of a
life.
second. If it's a bot, it only takes about a quarter of a second for them to establish a new ID and come right back.
Yeah.
Douchebags with no life.
Well, yeah, if it's a real life douchebag, biological douchebag, it usually takes almost a minute. But bots don't take much time at all.
It took them about a minute and a half.
Okay, we're dealing with a biological douchebag.
Yeah. I'm
And
just
you
sort of,
can tell him I said so.
I mean, I love you guys, but there are so many other things I could be watching right now than us.
like the replay of Elon on
On SNL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Croc's block. That was the one.
Oh,
Uncle
yeah, yeah.
Had to look it up on IMDb, didn't you?
No, actually, Bill just put that up there on the chat.
Yeah,
Oh.
Bill is the Saturday morning cartoon guy.
I
If
was
you
trying
ever
to
have
remember.
a question about Saturday morning cartoons, Bill will know. And he won't have to look it up. He remembers this stuff. Oh.
All right, they've had enough time. They're getting ready. They're priming ready to spam us again, and I will block them before anybody gets a chance to read it.
3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are gone.
Yeah.
The $6 man. Yeah. Oh, what was the parody of the $6 million man that was in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Don't. That is actually one I have never seen.
Oh, man, I wound up seeing that premiere in a theater with like 4 people in it. And I was one of the 4. And I'm talking about the original Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, not any of the 27 sequels. Or however many there were. There were at least 3, I think. Could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I just play one on this show.
Oh, Lewis, have you been watching any of Awkward Ashley's new movie reactions?
No, I haven't seen any. And I thought I subscribed to her, but I haven't gotten any notifications.
You
man.
might want to check. Somebody dumped which one? Fried green tomatoes on her.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
She goes, I was not ready for that.
I am
she's
subscribed to
somewhere in the Knoxville area, isn't she?
Yeah. She used to work for the Frog. Shit. The same. They're close to US 101's frequency up in Knoxville.
Oh, okay.
But she's quit that job. She's doing YouTube full time now.
I tell you, they got a couple of twins down in the Orlando area that do Blackstone recipes.
Yeah.
They call the Wall Twins.
Yeah.
And they do about 3 videos a week. So they're like literally burning it up on that flat top. And they posted one of that sesame chicken recipe that I did.
Yeah.
And I just, took a chance and PM'd them today and said, dudes, I did that sesame chicken recipe. My wife thinks it's one of the 10 best things I've ever cooked for her. And I mean, like 10 minutes later, they wrote me back. It was like, so cool that you liked it, But yeah, that's one thing about the new media, so to speak, with everybody, the democratization of media, that anybody can have their own YouTube channel, is that you can actually get in touch with your content creators now.
Mm-hmm. You can
whereas on network TV, good luck getting through to a producer or something and giving them your opinion.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of subscriptions to people that do reaction videos, not only to music, but to TV programs and to movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I've had something to say, they have always replied themselves, and it's usually the same night, unless I'm watching an old video they made.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, media itself has changed in the last year.
Tell me what
Yeah.
hasn't.
Well, really, of course, Lewis has looked. Can Lewis has been doing media for what, 30 years now,
A little over. Yeah.
and this last year has changed the way everything works. I mean, who would have thought just 2 years ago we'd be doing what we're doing right now?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, and TV stations almost never would have used an interview that was shot over FaceTime or anything like
Yeah.
that. And now it's absolutely the standard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Looks like crap. I can't wait till we can get away from it. But it has opened up another opportunity for TV stations, because there were a lot of times where you wanted to do an interview with somebody, but they weren't local, and the TV station was not going to pay a plane ticket for you
Yeah.
to fly and interview them. Well, now you don't have to anymore, because it's so accepted to use an interview that was shot over Zoom or Skype or whatever,
or this recorded
or
through this
this,
program.
Oh yeah, yeah.
that now you absolutely do not have to worry about a travel budget. Of course, that sucks for reporters and photographers who used to like to get out of the market now and then.
Yeah,
But because like when Chris, oh hell, I can't remember his last name now. The reporter, Chris, and I went to Toronto for a week to do a series on the Canadian healthcare system after the Clintons' inauguration. We could do that remotely now, but golly, it was an eye-opening experience to actually be in Toronto and walk around and talk to people about their healthcare system. Now you just find an expert, Skype them, and there's your story. But
What's the name of that donut shop the Canadian Premier likes?
I have no idea.
You don't remember that? Oh,
No.
he apparently he went across the street to this donut shop that was like right across the street from where they were meeting, and bought everybody donuts. And it was some fancy glitzy donut place, and all these people were upset that he went to the fancy
I
donut
think you're
shop.
talking about the Toronto mayor.
Was that who it was? Okay.
Yeah, the guy, the blonde guy with the crazy hair and got caught doing coke.
And
he pulled a Marion Barry.
Why didn't he go down the street to the regular place? Why did he have to go to the glitzy donut shop? Because they have good donuts. Duh.
Exactly.
All right.
You're about ready to tap out.
I'm about out of gas.
We appreciate it, Lewis.
I miss you guys.
Lewis, I say this every week, but you add a special touch to the show, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I thank you, and we'll keep trying.
Yep.
Till we get it right. Oh, good. I didn't want to leave without saying goodbye to Dan.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
It's been a pleasure.
Good night, Lewis. Can't wait to see your next grill recipe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm giving the griddle a couple of days off. We're gonna have leftovers till Tuesday, so
That works.
all right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
All
Good night,
right.
Lewis. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Now we can talk about him.
Well, I had one of these that I went to sleep while drinking last night, and it was almost full. So I bought a pack of hot dogs and boiled hot dogs in Guinness Stout tonight for supper.
So how was that?
Oh boy, that was good. It was really good. You got to make sure not to turn the heat up too high too quickly, Otherwise, the beer will overflow the cook pot. So I stood there and watched it for a long time, making sure it didn't make a mess on my wife's stove. So she enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. We still got half a pack of hot dogs to go. Got to be better than microwave meals. I am going to have to break down and get the crock pot out and either do a beef stew or a big batch of chili, because I am getting in the mood, and I like to cook for her, and she likes to cook for me, and we swap off as to who does the dishes. Depending on who cooks, the other one does the dishes. So, but I am, as I had said, Thursday night, I do believe, I started my vacation Friday afternoon, and I have 2 weeks of hoping for decent weather so that I can tear down the old cat shed out back and replace it with a greenhouse. And yeah, fun. Hopefully none of the parts for the greenhouse, the polycarbonate plastic, are broken or missing, and we can get it done real quick. I'm going to have to go to Lowe's and get some landscaping ties, and unfortunately I'll probably have to spend a week's pay on 2 sheets of plywood for the floor. Oh, I'll be lucky if it's only a week's pay.
I was watching. Joe posted that thing on his Facebook page about says, how do you show off the fact that you've got too much wealth? You shoot an entire box of 9mm ammo at 2 sheets of plywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about $500 right there.
Yeah, somebody posted up, said they saw a truckload of lumber pulling out of the lumber yard, and they wondered where the armed security was.
Mm-hmm. Now I may cheap out, and it depends on what I've got in the barn that needs to be used up. But I could actually have a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood already, and I could have a sheet or two of chipboard, which I actually hate using that stuff. But if I did have the chipboard, it would allow me to get some thinner and hopefully less expensive plywood than the 3/4 inch that I want. But I only need 2 sheets to do the 8x8 foot flooring for this thing. So I am going to do the framework for the floor of the damn thing before I go out and buy anything, just in case it's 8 foot and 2 inches or some shit instead of what it said, 8x8 foot. So I hate planning ahead and finding out that somebody lied on a web page, catalog web page. Now, if I'm really lucky, the peak of the roof of the greenhouse will fit under the eaves of the house, where I can put the back wall right up against the brick wall. If I'm not, that's going to be one of those nightmares of all kinds of opportunistic plants growing up and getting filled up with leaves and all this other stuff that would cause all kinds of problems later on.
Yeah, Stephanie Osborne said, y'all still going? Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah, we got nothing better to do. This is our live.
Yeah. Well, for another 23 minutes at least.
Well, you think I'm going to be sitting here writing? Sorry, Stephanie. I wish I could. The voices in my head aren't talking to me anymore right now, so I can't finish the 2 books that I was working on.
Well, I just found something interesting on YouTube.
What's that?
It
Can we show
is
it?
no, because it's 9 hours, 46 minutes, and 7 seconds. It is the audiobook of The Martian.
Ah,
Oh,
Andy
okay.
Weir of The Martian.
hmm Who's the narrator?
Hold on a minute. Let me see. Said it's a living room project. They did it for fun.
It's not. It's not the.
Matthew Sedgwick.
It's not the professional
No,
version of the audiobook. It's somebody doing it on their own.
yeah.
Okay.
Matthew Sedgwick is the.
Well, I wish them luck. I hope they don't get sued. But they took a real chance on that. I mean, that is a popular book. So
Yeah. They got a lot of the. It's something different. I mean, it took them 11. Well, it plays out 9 hours and 46 minutes. So you can imagine how long it took them to record it.
yeah, probably about a week, maybe 2, and edit it down from delete the unsuccessful takes and
Yeah.
splice here and splice there. I've done audio recording or audio stuff like that before, but um,
But a 9 hour audiobook or a 10-hour audiobook, is that normal?
depends on the book. I've got one that's an official adaptation of Lord of the Rings that goes on for 12 hours.
Yeah. I'll send you the link to it, Dan.
Yeah. I can't promise that I will purchase a copy, but I will definitely read the credits.
Oh, you don't have to purchase. It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't know why. Oh, I know why I made that mistake. Audible sent me a couple of emails today about they want me to use up my 2 free credits and buy a couple of more books for nothing. And I'm going, how am I going to listen to this stuff? I've got a 15-minute commute. Do you know how long it would take me to listen to a 10-hour book at 15 minutes a shot?
Oh, yeah.
Plus, I don't have a CD player in the car anymore. The darn thing, it gave up the ghost. I've got to replace the radio in the car. I mean, the radio is the only thing that works, and most of the time the volume doesn't. You've got to be really lucky to be able to turn it up to a volume you can hear. And the CD player doesn't work anymore, and the programming's going, oh, well, we forgot. So, it's got 100,000 miles on the van, and the radio's dead. It's not time to buy another van. It's time to buy another radio, but I got to take it to the dealer to get it done without destroying the dashboard.
Yeah. I had a good CD I lost when I wrecked my silver car.
Oh, you never could get the CD out, or didn't
Well,
have
it was in the CD player.
Yeah,
I had a
I assumed that.
front end collection crash. It shot the CD player to the back of the back of the radio, or shot the CD to the back of the radio. Wouldn't come out.
I'd be getting a crowbar to that one.
I wanted to.
I do believe that when we got rear-ended by that teenager on his cell phone back in 2007, there was some stuff that we left in that old Toyota Probably because the trunk was up against the back of the front seats. But I keep thinking there's some stuff that we never salvaged from that car while we had the chance.
Yeah. What really sucked about that car is I just replaced the front end.
Ain't that always the way? When the Corolla got totaled, I had just replaced the power steering pump and the hose for that, and if I had known the car was going to get totaled, I wouldn't have messed with replacing the pump and the cable, the hose.
Yeah, I had
But
to replace.
no,
Yeah, I had to replace both lower control arms.
hmm
The way my car is, if the ball joints go bad, you replace the control arms. You don't just replace the ball joints. It's all built into one piece.
hmm
And a brand new set of tires. The tow yard, when I get my car back, the brand new tires and wheels were gone.
that would not have been acceptable.
Yeah, well, the insurance company picked it up later that day.
You
See,
didn't have time.
the car was totaled. They knew the car was totaled, and they didn't want them tires and wheels to go away, so they swapped out my tires and wheels. But they didn't charge me storage fee for 2 weeks. So I think I got a fair trade.
I don't know. I still don't find that very reassuring. They stole your tires and wheels.
Mm. Of course, I bought another car just like it, and guess what I had to replace on it?
Tires and wheels.
Tires, wheels, and the 2 lower control arms. Oh.
Well, I know that Lindsay will be happy to get rid of the pallet of boxes of greenhouse parts that's been sitting in the front yard next to the driveway.
How long?
We bought it during the wintertime.
Ah, so it ain't been there long.
No, not really. I went and got the plastic drop cloth from Dollar General and put a double layer of that across the top of the stack of pallets, and each box is individually plastic wrapped. And then got a tarp and put over all of that. That's being held on by some of my what you call them, the straps with the handle that
Ratchet straps.
That's it. I've forgotten the word, and it's been held together by that for several months. But
all right, I'm gonna have to jump out real quick. I'll be back in just a few.
Okay.
He does that an awful lot.
Well, whenever I have to go, I go away too. It's not like I'm wearing the Bluetooth headset and forget to take it off when I go to the bathroom, like I did back in the day a couple of times. I'm hoping those videos never made it to YouTube.
Everything makes it to YouTube. Don't you know that?
Not if Joe didn't record those nights.
That is Jerry Ryan, who played 7 of 9 on
Yes.
Star Trek Voyager.
I recognize those eyes. It's a very pretty girl.
Ain't she that? And she just keeps getting better with age.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was something in the green room Friday night. Someone had never heard of Betty Page.
Really?
Yeah, and there were
What are they
like
in for a shock?
there were about half a dozen guys going, "Well, we've got pictures." Oh man. I think the topic at the moment was who was your earliest celebrity crush? And people were going on about like Gina Lilla, Brigida, and Anne Margaret, and things like that. And I go, Betty Page. And all of a sudden that diverted the entire discussion. So I'm an imp of the perverse like that. Give me something that I can pull out of my memory and it'll derail things for a few minutes. Oh, and there's still a couple of people that are wondering why I don't have my own show like this. I keep saying,
why don't you have your own show like this?
Well, I keep saying I'm an ensemble player. I'm not psychologically geared to carrying an entire show. I could do interviews,
you
but
need to find you an Ed McMahon.
Well, yeah, and I have a volunteer. But the thing is, I don't think it would sustain an audience for more than about 6 months.
You mean like this show?
No, because I would eventually run out of things to say. We're never going to run out of things to say here. We might repeat ourselves occasionally, but we're not going to run out of things to say. I don't know. I don't mind being interviewed by people. In fact, I kind of enjoy it. But having to come up with a topic for, depending on the schedule, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly sort of streamcast, I have enough trouble coming up with an editorial every month for Apelian, and I've been doing that for 24 years now. So
I hate that. That's better. Oh.
No, you should have done that in the other room.
I did.
Yes, I assumed. Oh, and now this can is empty. The beer pixies are fierce tonight.
I keep getting these beer bottles that are defective. They got a hole in the top, and all the beer keeps coming out.
I know. I set mine down for a minute, and it's full. I pick it back up again. I need to go get another one because it's almost empty.
Yeah.
I blame the beer pixies. It's an invasion.
Well, guys, I tell you, I don't know if I'm gonna make it for the Starlink launch or not.
What time's the Starlink launch?
In an hour.
Are they launching out of Kennedy?
Yeah.
So it'll be 3 o'clock?
2:42.
Joe, given the amount of time I know you're awake every day,
yeah,
it's going to be cutting it.
You're no kidding. Oh.
You could. Oh, good Lord!
What?
Look what I forgot. And
Well,
I already broke the seal, so it'll wait till Thursday. That just means I've got a full supply for Thursday and Saturday next week.
That's good. What do you say we tap it for the night? And thanks. I guess I'm gonna say thanks to Bill Sarton because he's usually the one that hangs. Say good night, or maybe it is Stephanie who tuned back in. Whoever, thank you for tuning in. But I think we're gonna call it a night. Does anybody second the vote?
I'll second the vote.
Sure, why not?
Hey, Joe, just so you know, the weather looks good at Cape Canaveral.
All right.
There you go.
So, motion carries?
Sure.
All right, then.
Good night, everybody.
Let me find it. There it is. Good night, everybody.